going on? DJ Harmack, how you doing?
Word, what's up?
Bringing us in, going live.
What's up?
Just getting ready to take us live. We're live. We're live, we're here.
Hell yeah, we are.
How you doing today?
Good so far. I can't complain. How you been doing?
Good, I'm digging our Uno Jazz.
I was digging it. It was definitely felt like I was in a hospital waiting room. It's great.
This makes me want to slap like a draw 2 on you. That's where this came from, remember?
Yeah,
Uno.
just like Uno. Fuck yeah, I remember.
Came from Uno Flip was the game. It's got some bitchin' tunes though. I dig it.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'm not gonna lie.
I dig it. What's going on, everybody? People rolling in. Yes, I know the music's still playing. That's by design. It's called a lead-in, an intro. Now, whether it's loud and overbearing, that's one thing. But that's how it is.
We like to come in like rockers.
People pouring in. We got UNC Phil, Del Griffith, Evil1976 renewing that subscription.
Congrats.
I'm
Nice.
happy. That makes me want to grab a tasty beverage.
There you go. Then grab that beverage, man. Grab that beverage.
We'll just get right into it. That put me in a good mood. That resub. Thank you.
Well, congratulations. You deserve it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Let's see here. Let's just do it right out. Let's do it right out the gate. What are we drinking? What the hell are we drinking here?
Y'all know mine.
It never changes, does it?
Huh?
Never changes, does it?
Got to go with what works, man. Why
Yeah.
change it up when you have something that works?
I gotcha.
I mean, you get good and buzzed, but you don't end up puking or hungover. That's what you got to do. That's the way it works. So that's why I do. Had it in my cozy. Hold on. Mick Ultra, the beer of kings.
I thought you were gonna surprise me with something new you found.
I don't have anything else.
No.
I go with Mick Ultra, man. It's good. I mean, to me, it's good. I mean, some people will give you shit. Oh, that's a woman drink and what have you. I'm like, beer's beer. Who cares?
If you were drinking Zima, I'd give you shit, but Zima, I think, is long gone.
I can't. That was malt liquor too. I can't do malt liquor. I end up with. I don't throw up from it, but I definitely end up passing out from it, and then I end up the next day just dragging ass, man. I mean, I just cannot get out. It literally feels like I can't wake up all day.
Yep.
I can't stand that feeling.
Hey, we got somebody who actually finally played a sounder. I've been waiting like a month for this. Somebody just played the "You Suck" sounder. Thank you.
Hell yeah!
For
I told you
that.
it worked. Wow, I thought finally. So now it is me and Phil, the only two that do
I've been trying
those.
to get people to use those sounders for like ages on the Twitch page, and
Right.
And you were I showed you, and you're like, okay, and you can get to them on your mobile. That made me that put me in an extremely good mood. It really did. All right, I
figured it would.
I realized before the stream started that I didn't have any beer in the house. In fact, the only beer I had was some god awful Great Lakes beer that it's like the beer that sits in your fridge that no one wants to touch. Like even the drunkest mofo won't. They'll look at that and they'll go, "Oh no." Like,
I'm just gonna go to bed.
Yeah, it's like the look it's like the look they give when they give Jaeger to someone. You know, it's like,
oh yeah,
it's just like oh no, I don't want that. You know.
Oh.
So I had to quickly run up to the local 7-Eleven, and I just picked up some White Claws because that was the first thing I saw on the shelf. So.
Hey, there you go.
White Claw variety pack. So we're gonna go with the claws tonight.
I will definitely drink to your subscription. Congratulations.
We got a sub and we got 50 bits coming in for that "You Suck" sounder via UNC Phil. I'm drinking a little more than that because I'm in a good mood. I'm happy. Got a resub.
There you go. Just checking my chat room, seeing if anyone's in there.
You go right on ahead.
No, there's a couple people in there, just no one talking. No one's talking, but that's okay.
Is Lurks in there? Lurks, Buttbuster, or Bloodluster, whatever his name is.
Bloodluster.
Bloodluster. Is he in the house?
I don't know. It doesn't let me know who's in there. The chat bot does, but unfortunately, I can't do that while we're on the show here.
Right.
That doesn't work.
God
Well,
damn it, Skype.
The way we want it to, anyway.
Phil just said he just figured it out. I'm gonna go through the chat here in just a second, but
how could you just figure that out? I mean,
it's actually really easy especially if you're on a mobile device. It's actually very easy. Look on your phone where it says chat up there, and you're gonna see it's gonna say chat above the chat, and you're gonna see two icons. One is like a green icon with glasses. The other one's a purple icon with headphones. You click the purple icon, and a sound alerts window pops up. And as long as you have bits, like on your account, you can pick. Do I have any bits? Let me see if I have any bits. I might have some. Let me try this. I don't know if this will work or not. Oh, it's only on my device. Here, let me see if I can do it on stream. Yeah, I have bits. So let's see if this one goes.
Fatality.
There it is. There's a fatality one right there. So, yeah, so all you do is if you have bits, like in your account, you pay for the bits. They're like 10, or I think the highest one is like 50 or something. So I think that what's the highest one cost? 50 or 75? I can't remember. I didn't charge an arm and a leg for them.
That's a good question. I
can't get to it because I'm on a timeout right now from playing any of them.
Yeah, it times you out for 30 seconds.
The highest one is 50, and it's let's see. Let's see. Do I have it? Let's try it. I don't have enough bits. I only have 29 bits. Sorry. So I'll play another one here. This is it's either fatality or 50. I'm gonna add more as time goes on. So.
Oh, there you go then.
So there'll be more sounders. I was gonna wait for more like things to happen on stream and clip those. Maybe I will do like an LOV Eric sound or something. League of Virgins, something to that effect.
Right. No, that would work perfect.
Yeah, if you want. I mean, and also, it guarantees to interrupt the stream because it puts like a big, like right in the stream.
Oh yeah. It takes precedence over everything.
Big sound effect. And I'm gonna read the chat here in just a second. I also got something else here, Harmack.
Oh, what do you got? I'm curious.
I configured a bit of a soundboard today.
So we got Evil in my chat. Hey up, DJ Harmack. Just to say that you have, I have the brains. Okay, LOL. Thank you, Evil. I appreciate that.
No.
I don't know what I like. Brains are good. I'm a zombie.
I demand a holy quap sound effect. Okay, we'll get you a holy quap sound effect. Oh, the skates one? No, yeah, I can put that up there. Oh man, I forgot we have that whole archive of skate stuff.
Do you really have to though?
I won't do many of them. I think the holy quap one should go up, and I think the Wii, either that or the Skatesgasm. Skatesgasm is pretty alarming too, right? Like it'll stop you in your tracks.
Yeah, it definitely will.
So, all right, we got a lot of chats coming in here. Let's see what the peeps are saying here. We've got UNC Phil, of course, Evil 1976 renewing that sub. We've got Del Griffith. Music is still playing. 2 people said that. Thank you. I see dead people. Del Griffith's seeing ghosts again. There was a ghost. There was a ghost. I saw it too.
Was it a ghost with the most though?
It's the ghost with the most. Absolutely.
I'm the ghost with the most, babe.
Let's see. Just like me, Harmack, I just hate hospital food. What percentage? What percentage is this? 5%? Ugh. That's not a lot. It's nowhere near the plats we normally do on here. What is yours? Like 6?
Like mine?
Yeah.
No, it's mine's standard, just 5.25.
Is it 5?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I didn't know for sure, man.
Yep, 5.25, and then I think plats are 8. I think plats are 8.
Plats are closer to 8, I think. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's if this were 8 by the end of the show, I'd be like, "See you guys, want to look at my titties?" Kind of thing.
I thought about picking up some plats, but I got to tell you, man, I'm really enjoying. I want you to hear something. Just hear me out here. Just listen, okay?
I'm listening, man.
Do you hear it?
I hear silence.
Yes. Pure, unadulterated silence. No laughing hyena. No League of Virgins foot stomping.
So Al every night goes to bed with listen to this song. Listen to the sound of silence.
Ever since that's a terrible song. Ever since he has been gone, it's just been a joyous, quiet. He's a pretty quiet guy. But man, when he gets that League of Virgins going, it's like you feel like there's a stampede of people up there. Because you hear all the foot stomping, all the punching desks, and getting into the game, man. That kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but
I hear you.
Not this weekend. Not this weekend. It's quite nice. So I'm enjoying it. He's off at a. There will not be any call LOV Eric tonight. Unfortunately, we could try to call him. I don't know whether he'll answer. In fact, I doubt he would answer.
Well, I think according to my show last night, you guys said he's at a cosplay party.
I'm just assuming. I don't know if it's a cosplay. It's a wedding he went to. A fellow League of Virginite got married, or is getting married, or something. So he's off at that. And the Virgin Collective gathered in a local cafeteria today of a Burger King and took a photo. I can't show that photo. It's a private Facebook photo, unfortunately, or else I would be happy to.
Ah.
Fortunately, I'm not going to do that because I don't have permissions to put everybody on blast.
Bullshit.
Just imagine a group of League of Legends players gathering at a local Burger King or Dairy Queen and taking a photo.
That's
or high school cafeteria, however you see it,
League of Virgin, you losers, unite. Yeah, that's all I can think of.
He's allegedly coming back Sunday, and I'm like, man, this weekend better go slow as possible, because, dude, I watched a movie with my wife tonight, and I didn't hear doors opening and slamming. I didn't hear him, every time he walks through my kitchen, it triggered, my home alarm goes off. You got those little, it's like a movement sensor.
Yeah.
And it makes the alarm go beep, beep. Yeah, he sets that motion sensor off all the time. They'll come in there, what are you guys up to? And it's like, you gotta stop, you gotta pause the movie and have a conversation. None of that. It was just pure, unadulterated silence. And it was beautiful.
And all was good with the world.
All was good with the world. Nice thunderstorm rolled through. It was fantastic.
Yeah, one came through here last night, man. That thing had some power to it.
It was 70 degrees. There was 70, almost 80 degrees here today, and then the storm rolls through. It's brings golf ball size hail with it. I'm freaking out about my car. and then
you'd be surprised, man. Cars can deal with hail pretty well.
Now
you wouldn't think they could.
Down to 50 out there now, I think, or 55. Yeah. It dropped 20 degrees in an hour.
Well, the messed up part, for us, was Thursday morning. It was I swear to God, it had to have been 35, 40 degrees. It was cold. By noon, it was 70, and by the time I was going home, it was 80. I'm like, shit, this is nice. I come outside this morning, it's raining, but it's not raining all that bad. It's just more or less that misty crap. But it was 75 degrees. I'm like, Jesus, this is nice. So I didn't, and it was that way up until about noon. I'm in the truck, I'm having my lunch, and I get out of the truck to go and walk around the park. And I swear that temperature dropped within an hour of 20 degrees.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was all of a sudden it was 50 degrees. And I'm like, what the hell? All I could think of is, did I have a stroke and I lost time? What the hell happened?
I'm just glad it's only going down to 45, because this is the kind of crap that would cause a 8-inch pylon of snow outside, which I'm not ready for. And that's literally going to be in the next month. There's going to probably be snow around here. You got some chat activity. What's captured your
Yeah,
attention?
I got Evil sitting there. He wanted me to hold up 2 fingers, so I did, and it made it look like I was eating. And then
Eating.
we got Scales going, Wade, don't sipe me. I don't know what that means. And then we got Evil going, thank you, bro. So you're welcome, bro.
Don't
I'm
tase
glad
me,
to help.
bro. What is he trying to say?
No, don't. I
What the hell is he trying to say?
I'm assuming he was trying to say, hey, don't Skype me, maybe.
Don't Skype me, bro.
I I don't know. Scales, what were you trying to say, man? You lost me.
Maybe
I'm
Scales has
trying to
had.
figure this out.
Maybe Scales has had a few to drink. Scales. I mean,
Yeah. Hey, well, I mean, hey, he's not known to drink, but he does say he has said he has before, and hey, maybe one of those nights he's enjoying the warm, because I'm sure in New York right now it's a warm weather. They haven't gotten the cold snap come through yet, so why not enjoy it? You don't get warm days like this in October very often, man.
That's right.
You take it as you can.
That's right.
That's what I do. Hell yeah.
Del
That
Griffith
makes it fun.
said, "No hyena laughing. He's at a cosplay wedding. Someone's marrying a game character." We had this big discussion on your
Oh my
chat
God.
last night.
It took everything. I don't even like. Okay, you guys were so into that conversation. I don't even know now. I've completely lost the story of the game because I was too busy listening to you guys and the shit you guys are coming up with.
We were contemplating what type of wedding this is and like what's gonna happen. Like, is it gonna like, are they instead of throwing a bouquet, are they gonna throw like a mouse and a mouse pad?
I was gonna say a mouse pad. Yeah, maybe.
Are they gonna give all the guests legendary skins for showing up? I mean, what's
legendary skins? There you go.
What's this wedding gonna be like, man? I mean, once they kiss the bride, are they gonna break into a big PvP tournament? Like, how's this gonna go down? I'm really like, my interest is peaked, man.
Well, will the officiant of the wedding be like Gandalf the Grey?
Maybe. I know he said the officiant of the wedding would probably be DJ Skates.
Oh God.
He is the head virgin. He knows a lot about being a virgin. He's been in a relationship for probably 4 years now, and he still is a virgin. So
he's working up to it.
He's getting there. He's someday
slow mover.
Someday he'll get laid.
And mover. I'm assuming.
Someday she'll let him put just a tip in. Someday.
I mean, if anything, she should at least let him walk up the temple stairs. He doesn't have to open the doors of the temple, but at least, get up to the temple and look at the door.
Very true. Very true.
Right now, he's just holding a pamphlet of other people's temples.
Mm-hmm.
And paying $29.95 a month.
So how's your week been overall, Harmack? I talk to you here and there at night. We get to see you streaming, but what's new in the world of Harmack?
Not much. I can honestly say when I started, I just started streaming Death Stranding this week, and I started actually at the last day of last week, and I thought to myself, man, I'm not gonna like this. I just didn't see. Now I'm freaking hooked. I love that game. It took a while to figure out the controls, because the controls are a little weird. It's not what you'd expect. It's pretty self-explanatory, but when you're walking into it completely blind, no idea what anything does, what the best thing to do, and what they're trying to explain to you, once you figure it out, then it's like, oh, okay. Like for example, you saw earlier this week, I was trying to get that bike, but it wouldn't go. It was just sitting there smoldering. I guess I had it the entire time. All I had to do was use what they call a PCC and set up a freaking generator there, and it would have charged it up.
Didn't
and it would have been good
Scales tell you that on stream the other night? I swear Scales was trying to tell you that.
But he was saying something around the lines of, it's like around like some sort of chapter that I hadn't done yet. So I don't know. I mean, but now that I look back and I'm like, well, but I mean, really, to be honest with you, now that when I've gotten to where I'm at now, the skeleton legs they give you to run, because you can carry a lot more and are more sturdy, it's better than the bike, because the bike's not that great because the terrain's rough as hell. I mean, there's a one spot like where I had to go to like that port Fort Knott and Harbor, and there's no way that you can get a bike through that pass. It's just not going to work. The rocks are just there's too many. You're going to get stuck.
I'll take your word for it. I'll get to that game someday. I guess.
Watched a guy online try it with a bike, and no, he ended up because going through that whole entire mountain pass, you got to deal with those BTs, I think they're called, and yeah. If you can't keep moving and you keep getting stuck, they're going to grab your ass. And they did. He tried it like 3 times and failed every time.
Yeah,
so yeah, he said, no, just ditch the bike and walk.
I said this earlier in the week, and I think this is going to be your final game of the year.
It probably will be.
I have a feeling this is going to take you right in through December. Because even though Griffith is saying right now in the chat, he's logged 57 hours into that game so far. You stream 2 hours a night. Well, I'll give you 2 hours and 15 to be fair.
Yeah.
Because you've gone over a few times this week. So, I mean, even at 60 divided by 2, that's at least going to take you 30 hours into the game. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Well, I think Dell's doing a lot of side jobs. Me, I'm just, for this first playthrough, I'm going to just try and hit the main story only. Just to get through the game. And I guarantee you this, though, I will definitely go back and on my own time and play it with the side quests and shit.
Hey, you got to find Conan O'Brien. He's somewhere hidden in that game.
Is he really?
He's one of those virtual NPCs you talk to. Kind of like how Guillermo del Toro at the beginning of the game was the guy in the medical facility, the first guy you meet. That was Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah,
I can't say his name.
I've seen him before. He's Dead Man. Yeah. Yeah, he's got actually a pretty big part in the damn.
That beer went fast.
Conan's in this game though? Yep. Seriously?
He's one of those virtual NPCs
that you have to talk to.
Yep. Shit. They showed him filming it on his Conan O'Brien show. They showed him he had to wear the whole suit and everything
with the dots and all that shit.
Yeah, they mocapped him and everything, and he met Kojima and Kojima was on his show. Everything. It was pretty cool. So yeah, he was
though. This game, I can tell you right now, it's not about jump scares and all that crap. It's really for Kojima. It's a pretty mellow game, but I mean, I don't know. I kind of akin it to like Minecraft. Like, it's a slow game, but yet addictive as hell.
Well, let me tell you right there though, because I think you got Kojima crossed with, like, he did Silent Hills, which is the only jump scare thing he's pretty much ever done.
Right.
Like,
but that's
everything.
Famous.
Right, but he's famous for Metal Gear. The Metal Gear Solid games is what he's notoriously famous for.
That was like stealth genre, yeah.
Those are stealth games, and they're psychological, and they have damn good stories. So
yeah,
if you're enjoying
this story is really good.
Yeah, if you're enjoying this, then I
really am. One thing I'm not doing that I should though is they give you like all these data points and shit that explain like the lore of what you're dealing with and stuff, and I haven't read that because I know it would bore the hell out of the viewers. So it was like, yeah, Well, I got someone saying something in the chat before I forget. Evil DJ Harmack, you are a person for whom know what I am saying. I thought that was your intercultural person on history, but not the medieval history. LOL. Okay.
What?
I don't know. I think I know history. I love history. I'm pretty good at history. He says, Zone of the Enders. Don't forget that game. Okay.
Oh yeah, he did do Zone of the Enders. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But yeah, I mean, there isn't a Kojima game that I haven't seen that I said, "Oh, the story sucks." You know, I've never seen that yet. Yeah, you're right. His games are definitely all like a mind blowing kind of.
You should really do at some point, and I've told you this before. You need to do those Metal Gear games. I would do.
I'm just not good at stealth games.
It's not that. I mean, it's stealth, but like it's as stealth as I'm supposed to be when I play those Condemned games that Del Griffith asked me to play now. Sure, right. I'm supposed to like take it a certain way. I should probably be blocking before punching, but I'm always all out. Like, now there are some parts of the game, yeah, you're gonna have to do some crawling around. You're gonna have to do a little bit of stealth, but I mean, I'm a very impatient guy when it comes to games like that, and I beat Metal Gear Solid 2, and the original Metal Gear Solid. So I think if I am impatient,
Yeah,
you can get through it. That's what I think. But
I don't doubt it. I'm just, that's just I've the only I think the only reason, and really, to be honest, I'm probably not giving him a fair shake because he had nothing to do with this one, was the original for the NES, but he had nothing to do with that game. So
correct. The Japanese one is the only one he worked
I
on.
think the nerd said, he said something around the kind of, it sucks the sweat from a dead man's balls kind of thing, or something like that.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
No,
but, you know.
even the nerd said no, he didn't say that, but I'm sure that's what he thought, because it totally just, the game that we all played for Metal Gear was for the NES, and if you look at the MSX game, they're two completely different games. I mean, it's not, nothing is similar. I mean, they didn't even try to do the stealth thing or anything. Not to mention, you don't even fight Metal Gear. So
those MSX games are actually on the PS3 collection disc, by the way. It's a rare collection disc that I just so happen to own. But there are on that disc. They're Metal Gear.
Shocker there.
Yeah, you can get them and play them in English, actually. Del Griffiths says you have to do the side missions. You have to grind through the side missions to get your Porter rating up. Al, you should play the Splinter Cell games. I don't know about those, man. That's a little too much stealth for me.
Yeah.
Metal Gear at least gives you some leeway. I don't think that... I can't.
Isn't Splinter
maybe
Cell
at some point.
Well, yeah, Splinter Cell, from what I've heard, is a lot like Hitman, where it's stealth and you have to be stealth or you ain't gonna make it. Thing, yeah. I'm just not. I tried doing the Hitman game even because it was free on PlayStation Plus a while back. I got it and I'm like, oh, this looks cool. I like stealth. It's good, but I mean, it's like so intricate. It's like, oh my god, it's like you just don't know what to do. It's like, you want to be stealth for this, but if you're stealth for this guy's going to see the body. How do you hide the I mean, it's just, no, it's just not my thing. So maybe I just don't like to think that much. I don't know. But I mean, all I can say though is right now, I know there are people out there that kind of gave Death Stranding a bad vibe. I just don't think they understood what it was about. I think they were thinking it was going to be like a Silent Hill kind of thing, and it was completely different.
Speaking of Silent Hill, though, I do have a challenge for you that I want to bring out on the stream here. It will be something we'll need to test over the weekend, but I have an awesome idea for the next Friday. We'll do a short state of the streams just to kick things off, and then I want to do a co-stream of Phantasmaphobia. Have you heard about this game?
No, I have not.
So it's like PT, except it is co-op. And you go go to different houses. It's on Steam, actually, so you should be able to run it. You go to different houses, and you basically are told there's a ghost in the house. You have to go in the house with some tools. One of them is a radio. The ghost will occasionally talk to you through the radio, and then you have to talk back to it. Like, you ask it questions, like, what do you want here? What is your name? Like, you have to say certain things like that, and then the ghost will give you more hints. You write shit down in a journal, and it is your job to figure out what type of ghost it is, whether it's like a ghost, a specter, a demon. That's cool. And then like other things you have to figure out too. And it's like I said, it's co-op, and they could kill you. So
okay.
On top of that,
I'm gonna try. Isn't that what the thing that Scales was saying? I was a pussy for not playing or something like that.
He might have. I mean, Scales is always calling you a pussy, but I mean,
I know, but
that's just kind of a given right now.
That's fine.
But I think we'll do that maybe Thursday on the stream. Or no, Friday. Sorry, Friday is what I meant. We'll do a quick state of the streams, and then we'll have a special Halloween stream edition.
Sure.
Splinter Cell gives you the option to be stealthy or go guns blazing. I might try that then. I beat it. You beat... You're talking about the same game, because I don't think you can beat it right now. It's an unfinished game that's just kind of out there. The person is charging for what's essentially a beta that works and works well, but the final product is
finish it.
Yeah, the final product is gonna have more to it. So I don't think you can beat it right now. I think you just play it.
How long is the game then?
I don't know anything about it. I just saw one person streaming it, and I saw literally them jump out of their chair because they got scared so much. So I thought I was like, dude, this would be perfect to play. And then plus it's co-op. I'm like, we could play this on a stream and just to see who shits their pants first, basically. Yeah.
That could be a possibility. Yeah.
And people on your end could see your view of things, and then people on the Slash Stream's end could see what I'm doing over here. But either way, we'd be playing the same maps, which I think would be cool. Right. Oh, Metal Gear. He's talking about Metal Gear. Okay.
Oh, Metal Gear. Yeah.
What's up, Scales?
That's cool though. Scales. Oh, me a pussy. You jag off.
Yeah. Jerk. So that was you sound like you had a good week then. Nothing else.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Nothing else really. Just basically work. That's about it.
I had a lot of work this week. This week sucked. That's why I'm probably pounding alcohol so quick. This week kind of sucked. It started off with I didn't get any sleep from Sunday to Monday. In fact, my Apple Watch tells me how long I slept. It measures your heartbeat, when you go into a deep sleep. Yeah. So according to my watch, on Sunday to Monday, I slept about 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours. Nice. My dog just has been relentless lately. So we had to take him to the vet on Monday, and I guess I never knew this was an actual thing, but he's diagnosed with doggy dementia.
Oh.
So they didn't put a number on things, if you know what I mean, but they just said, he's got the symptoms. He kept walking while he was there. Same stuff he was doing to keep us up late at night. He just walks around, doesn't sit down. He gets restless. And they said that he doesn't know. He doesn't he wants to sit down. He wants to lay down, but his mind won't let him. He has to walk around because that's what he thinks he has to do. But, so
just like any type of dementia patient, really.
Yeah. And he stops and stares at walls. Yeah. He gets frustrated. Yeah. So we were just kind of told, we were given some tips about what we're going to have to deal with. But again, we weren't given we were basically told that the life expectancy with this is not long, but it could be longer than what is normally given. So got to deal with that for the next, hopefully, few years, maybe. I don't know. They said it's going to get to the point where he will not remember us at all.
Yeah.
I don't want to get a big damper on things there, but that's kind of the shit I had to deal with at the start of the week.
Yeah, that'll pretty much put a damper on your sleep. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. And the work just sucked. But I'm here drinking a beer. Let's do this. I don't see any bits. I barely see any chatting. So I'm just gonna drink anyway.
Fuck I am too.
That one's a freebie.
I'll be right back. We'll go grab one more. That was good.
He's gonna grab one more. Here he goes. Anyway, he leaves me with nothing to talk about. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll tease the stream for tonight. So, as we talked about last week, we talked about different Halloween cereals. We kind of got on a tangent about cereals in general. Tonight we're going to talk about our favorite Halloween candy, or candy just in general. If you have any candy that is no longer made, or candy you think that maybe you only like, or a specific Halloween treat that you got when you were a kid when you trick-or-treated, shout that out. We will read that. We got that coming up tonight. We're going to recap this week in streaming. We got a few clips this week. One of Harmack just walking. It sounds very lame, but when you see it, it's actually pretty funny. And then I had another jump scare happen on Condemned that was recorded. We'll get that as well. And we've got, I think, courtesy of Scales 175, who did not give me any clips of himself this week, actually. Shame on him. We have 3 contenders for the TP Poker Nia Jax joke of the week. If he does show up here tonight, we will get to those. If you have a question for LOV Eric, I will attempt to call him to see if he answers, because I feel that what the hell? Let's try it at least, right? Let's see what happens. We'll try to call him at some point tonight. So if you have a question, or keep in mind, he is at what we think could be some sort of cosplay wedding.
Yeah.
So keep in mind that is one of the questions that we can ask him. I think Phil threw that question out last night, is what's new at the cosplay wedding. If that was wrong, Phil, please correct me and let me know what your actual question was. And any follow-up questions, and I can ask him. Anything going on in Harmack chat land over there?
I'm looking. I have got yes, I got Evil going. Oh, I forgot. I received today Rage Race It for the PSX. I don't know what that is. I think it's trying to say maybe Ridge Racer. I don't know. Right. If you could, which game would you purchase on a PSX?
Okay, that's a question. Which game would you purchase on a PlayStation 1?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, which game would you purchase on PSX?
That we don't already own.
That's a good one, actually.
Keep in mind, I have quite the collection of PlayStation 1 games.
Well, I didn't, so this might work more down my ballpark here. Let me think here. If there was one that I did want to get on the PSX that I didn't have, man, that's a good one. Jesus.
It'd be Metal Gear.
It might. I'd probably do it now because I was so turned off from Metal Gear from the NES era. I just assumed it was going to be another one of those, so I didn't even bother.
We got some bits that came in here real quick, Phil. We've got
Leroy Jenkins.
50 Leroy Jenkins bits that just dropped in. There we go.
I shall drink to that.
Ah, 50 Leroy Jenkins bits. There you go. So what was your answer? You said was it Metal Gear or was it something else? Pick something you would pick, Harmack. Don't listen to what I would say.
Well, actually, the one I did want to get, but I had no idea that it was not on the PSX at the time, would have actually been Gex. I loved that game.
Gex Enter the Gecko, huh?
Yeah, I originally saw it when we used to do laser tag with my mid-teens, late teens, and they had a Neo Geo, like kind of, like they had like a display thing and they were kind of showing it off.
Yep.
They had that game playing. I'm like, oh man, this game is awesome. I wish I had that. Then when I got the PlayStation, obviously at the time, it wasn't really any internet, not like we have now anyway. So I had no idea that game was even available, and I didn't even know that until probably around PS3 time when they showed it. Remember when PS3 was doing like that PlayStation 1, you get collections of games and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it on there. So that was finally I got it. But I mean, if I could go back to the day of the PSX and I knew it was available on it, that's the game I would have gotten. Just that.
I would have got the 3DO version because I have that on 3DO.
I didn't have a 3DO, nor could I have afforded a 3DO.
That's when I bought my 3DO. That's the one game I have with it is Gex Enter the, and I played Gex for the first time, and I'm like, why wasn't this game more popular?
I know.
Because it was a fun game. It wasn't a bad game at all. You think 3DO, you think all bad games. Of course, Sans Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, because that's an amazing game. But
well, that's a niche. That's a niche crowd.
Not everyone will agree with me on that. But yeah, I think it's a great game.
Some people's water is in other people's toilet water. But no, because I mean Dana Gold that did the voice of Gex is an awesome, hilarious stand-up comedian, and like all the lines that he did in that were just ad-libbed by him. He was playing through the game and would make comments, and then they'd write it down and he'd record it. I mean, it was that good. I mean, and even the other ones that came after it, were good.
There's Gex 3D too. There was a 3D Gex. Did you know that?
No, I didn't have.
It was on PS1, I think. PS1.
Oh. See, I had the first two. I think it was Gex and Gex 2 Deep Covered Gecko or something like that.
Yeah, that was one of them. It was Deep Cover Gecko. Yeah.
Those two I had. I don't know if I had the third one. All I know is all three of them were good. I mean, you could tell they weren't taking themselves too seriously. It was just meant to be cornfall.
Cornfall?
popcorn ball side scroller with the first one, and then the other two tried to do the 3D thing.
You're not getting away with that one. That's a
Come on.
Harmackopedia right there.
Yes, because no one's ever had the slip of the tongue before, ever. I'm just a glutton for punishment. Everybody else is perfect. I am flawed.
That is a Harmackopedia, sir. You are not getting away with that one. That's a Harmackopedia right there.
This is why I don't talk to you. This is why we can't have nice things, you asshole.
I have two that I would get for PSX, and these are lame answers, but I don't care. They're not in my library. One is for financial reasons, and one is for collector. Because I've recently been turned on to this game due to a collection I bought on the PS4. When Castlevania Symphony of the Night came out, I did not like it on the PlayStation. I hated the loading time, which is a valid reason. That's a valid reason.
They had like a 2x or a 4x
when you got DVD. A game over, like you had to wait a minute and 30 seconds for the title screen to load. And then when you got back to the title screen, you had to wait another 30 seconds to load your save file, and then another 30 seconds for the other point of the game to get back to. So after 2 minutes, you'd finally get back into the game. I don't know how anybody back then survived that to play this game.
Because we weren't used to that, and we all knew, I mean,
that's a long, even for back then, that's a long loading time. That's like Sega CD loading time.
Yeah, but you got to understand, a lot of these people coming to consoles for like the, especially CD-based consoles, had a PC. They knew how slow those drives were.
We had 10 bits.
That's nice.
From UNC Phil that's blocked by the /Tober logo. Guess I'll have to move that at some point. Here, you know what? I'll have to move that. I'll do that right now. There we go. And make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Is that still too big? There we go.
That'll work.
We do shit in real time here. /Tober. There we go.
We're doing it live, folks.
10 bits from UNC Phil. Let's do it.
Yes, let's drink it. It'll be good.
So I never ended up buying or playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night ever again after the first time I played it because I couldn't stand the loading time.
But you're not understanding those like a lot. I mean, I'm sure you did too. But I mean, this is coming from everyone. Like, the fastest drive available that I knew of back when the PlayStation came out was and this was what we considered then blazingly fast CD speed, was an 8x CD-ROM.
Oh, it was slow. It was 93, dude. I mean, it was slow.
Oh yeah, it was slow.
Yes.
But I mean, coming from a PC to that, the waiting time was almost expected because you knew that it couldn't be faster than 8x. At least you didn't think it was. And
I still think 2 minutes.
I don't even think.
I still think 2 minutes is a bit ridiculous for loading
time. Back then, no, absolutely not. Not when you're reading from a CD.
Well, my point is that in the PS4 Castlevania collection that they put out, they fixed that. There's no loading time in between a game over and the title screen, and it loads up immediately thanks to the speed of hard drives and optimization of the game. But
that and it's got more memory, so it can store more.
Right.
And
and once I played through that game, that is like one of my favorite games of all time now. That's how fast that game became a memorable staple in my collection.
I was now I don't remember if it was Symphony of the Night or Bloodlines. One of them where you start off and super uber and can kill everything, and then you lose all your shit from Satan from death. Isn't that
that is the Symphony of the Night? Is what you're thinking of? That's the game I'm talking about.
Do you know there is a way to actually bypass that, so you'll have your?
I did it actually. I tested it and did it.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
I tested it and did it. It still works even on the collection these days. It still works. Like, they didn't patch it out.
They're going to keep those Easter eggs in there. That's what made those games really cool. I mean, you look at it nowadays. There's not many games that have those type of Easter eggs anymore. I mean, the one thing I did find out is when I was watching this one guy do a playthrough of Death Stranding. You know how when you're in your private room and you can control the camera. If you, they did it. Somebody in this dude's chat told him, "All right, just keep glancing down at his crotch." So you do, and he keeps trying to cover up. He keeps trying to cover up, and eventually, like after like the 5th or 6th time you do it, he flips off the camera. And if you do it again, he gets up, grabs the camera, and fucking punches it.
Oh wow, nice.
So obviously they assumed people were going to do that, so they figured, "Fuck it, we'll have some fun with this."
I need to read the chat, and then I'll go to my second choice, which is for a financial reason. Scale says he was talking about Ridge Racer. It was, it was
Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer Type 4 is probably one of my favorite Ridge Racer games.
Let's see.
It's awesome music in it, boy.
Scales says to burn a PS1 disc, you had to burn it at 4x or 3x. I do remember those days, and you had to make sure you had the right. You could not go cheap on your CDRs that you used, because if you did, all your FMVs would skip.
Yep, you would have to have it on those discs that had the purple backing to them.
I found one set of discs when I used to work at CompUSA. Shout out to CompUSA. I'm sure nobody knows what that store is anymore.
Oh yeah, CompUSA was the shit back in the day.
I used to work there, and it used to have Maxell dark tinted CDRs that look like PS1 discs. They were dark, but they were blue. They're kind of like what PS2 used.
Almost like a bluish purple kind of thing. Yeah,
I bought those, and I don't know what happened, but like every time I would burn, even at like 16x, those games would burn beautifully, because I had a modded PS1. I had 2 modded PS1s actually. We would just go to Blockbuster, rent games, take them back, burn them, and then occasionally we'd go back. Oh, this disc has scratches on it, and we get another free rental. And then we'd do that. We wouldn't do it all the time, but we did it a few times. But I ended up, and I still have it. In fact, if I would have thought about it, I would have grabbed it. I still have it. It's a big spindle of PS1 games that still is here and works. I've kept them in a dark room. There's no disc rot.
I was about to say, shouldn't they have disc rot by now?
No, if you keep what I've read, and I don't know how true this is, what I've read, and as you can see with my dungeon down here, I am underground, and I keep all my discs in a cooler area, because heat is also a factor of disc rot. Sunlight especially will warp a disc like it's nothing.
It's oil, of course.
Right. So no sun down here. It's dark, and they're put up on a shelf, and it's cool. So none of my games so far, knock on wood, have gotten any disc rot.
That's why apparently all of my DVDs and shit still work.
Yep.
I mean, I got some way back in the day I still have that work. Hell, I still have original PS1 games that still work. Well, they did before I couldn't play them anymore. But, I mean...
And my PS1 still reads discs, by the way. I will say that. Last time I checked.
But unlike the PlayStation 2 and 3, the disc drives in PS1 were so easy to replace.
I wore mine out though a couple times. I did have to replace the lens once, and that was a bitch. It wasn't easy.
You can replace the whole drive. You don't need to replace.
Yeah, but it was expensive back then. I don't know how expensive.
Yeah, they were.
I think it's probably more expensive now because they're so rare. But a good one.
Yeah. Well, no, they're still relatively cheap. I mean, they're not. I mean, not as cheap as they used to be, but they still make them. So, I mean,
I gotta give a quick shout out to Edgar. Edgar Games TV. I guess that's his new name. He was gone for a while, and he came back. He was. He says, "What do we do? What we do on a Friday? This is what we do on a Friday, man. This is State of the Streams. This is where me and DJ Harmack link up in a just chatting session, and we just bullshit. We talk about what you guys want to talk about." Whoa, I just spilled my drink.
And there goes it. And now we'll know.
No, there's nothing on it.
With us,
there's nothing on
it. If you start seeing sparks, it's just a firework. It's okay.
There's nothing on it.
Al's not electrocuting himself at all.
There's like little bit of a drop, and I just got it.
Yeah.
I hope that piece of paper
That's
wasn't
it.
important.
He's done, everybody. Cut him off. He's done.
I'm done, guys.
I think I should just go to bed.
No, man, we sit, we bullshit, and we talk about what you guys want to talk about. Gaming, wrestling, sports. Not really sports.
No, God.
I'm not an expert on that. No, the other PS1 disc I would take for that collection would be Suikoden 2. Have you ever heard of the Suikoden series? It's an RPG series by Konami.
It sounds familiar. I don't think I've ever seen it though.
So these games have a legendary following here. If you're a collector, they they sold like shit here back in the day, but they were cheap as hell. And my brother actually bought Suikoden 1 and 2. They were his. They were in his collection.
Oh, nice.
He later sold them. A few years later, these games went rare. Like they're hard to find. A collector will pay up to $120 now for a copy of Suikoden 2. And this was years ago. I think probably in the $300 range now. You know what? Let's do what we do best. Let's not go off the tip of our tongue here.
Yeah.
Let's do what we do best.
eBay.
Let's go to eBay. Let's pull it up. Here we go. You ready?
Yes, sir.
How much? What's Suikoden 2 going for? I think the strategy guide is just as much too. Look at this, $350.
Whew.
$339 for a complete near mint shape.
Wow.
$279 for the disc only. And if you want the complete set, $649.99 for all the Suikoden games. Yes.
Now your brother's got to be killing himself thinking about that.
This one is, I don't know why this one is so rare, but it's $520. He had this copy because I remember seeing this in his collection. And he's like, to this day, he's kicking himself. Look at this one. A factory sealed original label game, $2,000.
I don't think they'll get that, but still.
This one got actually graded $2,500. This is graded by the VGA.
No shit.
God.
Yeah.
Darn.
I'm telling you, our parents always said, these video games are stupid. Yeah, now they're this day and age.
Wait a minute. One more thing. I want to check the strategy guide. Because I heard that was just as much.
But video games are slowly but surely becoming this day and age as baseball cards.
$135. No, wait, that's for a bundle.
Yeah, you got it.
$84.
Jesus, that's insane, man.
Yep. There you go. Keep your fucking games, guys. Keep your fucking games.
Why I kick myself sometimes for getting rid of some of the games I had. But I mean.
Oh man, Phil played a sounder and it didn't go off because we were in the other view. He played. Damn it.
You know what? I'll drink to it though. Then
with 75 bits. Fuck. I wish I could play it. I'm sorry, Phil. All right, well, that's 2 beers now. Sorry about that, Phil. I forgot in the other view, in that other windowed view, it does not pop up.
Yeah.
It only pops up in this view. I will fix that for next time.
It will be fixed.
I will fix that for next time. Sorry about that. I'll give you one of these instead. Let's see. Bits. Here we go.
Thank you.
There you go. 1,000 bits from myself to myself.
There you go.
Frogster, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you.
What's up, Frogster? Rivet, motherfucker.
Edgar says, let's see here. Oh, talk about girls? LOL. Talk about girls.
What about them?
Stay away from them, bro.
They're the devil.
The devil. Yeah, so that would be the other game I would buy.
It does make sense. I'm not gonna lie.
Because of the financial reasons.
Well, obviously now, but back then you could have gotten it for regular price. But
I do have a $500 sealed Lunar collection for PS1 that I could sell if I was ever hurting for money. Yeah.
Oh shit.
I could sell that. I think that goes for like 500 sealed.
That's really nice.
And it's not because I kept it because I knew one day it would be a collector's item. I just legit the person I was dating at the time like went into a GameStop and they were like, "What do I buy a person who plays Final Fantasy?" And they go, "Oh, buy this Lunar game," which was a remake of a Sega CD game. So it was like.
It was a remake? Seriously?
It wasn't a remake. It was like a port from Sega CD or something. It was like an old ass game. But they talked her into buying it, and this probably put her back about $80. That collection
That's
wasn't
insane.
cheap. That collection was not cheap. But but I never opened it because I was like, well, this looks too nice. I don't want to open it. And I'm like, well, someday I'll play it. And then the PS2 came out, and I'm like, well, I'll get to it at some point. And I never ended up playing it.
Oh.
But now I'm glad I didn't because it's sitting on my shelf unopened, so we're good.
Yeah. Well, now you know. And the more you know.
The more you know.
Da-da-da-da.
Dot era headache. Scales, are you trying to spell again?
No.
I don't know what the hell he's saying.
I don't know either. I try to figure it out sometimes, but it ain't working for me.
What games do you recommend me play? What games do you recommend me play? What system? Are you talking modern day?
Yeah, you're talking PSX? What are you talking about?
Are you talking retro or are you talking modern day? PS4? Well, I don't have a PS5 yet. What are you talking about? What system? Give us a little bit more information on that. How old are you? Damn it, Scales. Anything going on?
Yeah, Edgar's asking me that too. What games do you recommend me to play on the PS4?
On the PS4.
I would highly recommend do Death Stranding. You'll find that extremely addicting. I'm not gonna lie.
I should recommend him one of the hardest games. What should I recommend him? Let's see. Trying to think here. If I was to be honest with you, dude, go buy Ghost of Tsushima.
That's a good game too.
Give that developer some cred because that game is flipping amazing. I'd go buy that. Trying to think of what else. I cannot vouch for Last of Us 2 because I've not played it. Although I
haven't either.
I've heard good things. Dead by Daylight is what Phil says. Dead by Daylight is good. Dead by Daylight is one of those actual online multiplayer games that besides Rocket League, that I don't mind playing. I just never get a chance to play it. Phil wanted to do a Dead by Daylight stream too.
I don't know I've heard of that game.
I have to take him up on that one of these nights. He's got some time off.
What's so good about that game though?
Think of it like a horror movie. It's like I don't know, and they've even got characters from horror movies. Like you could basically you're playing with like 4 other people, and think of it as like Camp Crystal Lake.
Okay.
You know,
from like Halloween and shit. Yeah.
No, it was Friday the 13th, right? Is that where that's from?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, wait.
It's Friday the 13th. No.
Jason Voorhees was
Friday the 13th.
No, that's Halloween.
No, Halloween is Michael Myers.
No, that's Friday the 13th, I thought.
You got it backwards, dude. Somebody in the chat got to correct you here. I'm positive you got it backwards. Okay, just imagine one of the maps is Camp Crystal Lake, basically, and the object is to get out of there. You basically have to undo a bunch of different traps and things, work as a team to get your team out of there and one person plays the killer, whether that be like Jason or whatever killer you pick to play as. There's a bunch of them from different horror movies you can play.
Right.
Crystal Lake is Friday the 13th.
Okay, I believe you.
Halloween. There you go.
I believe you.
But basically, your object is to get out of there. You got to basically find an exit, find a way out. You got to work together kind of as a team. If the killer, who is played by an actual person, finds you, they'll string you up basically on a pole. And the other team has to go rescue you. And if it gets to a point where you run out of time and cannot be rescued, you die and you're out of the game.
Oh, okay.
And your team could choose not to rescue you. They could go, well, it's too risky, I'm just going to move on. And then you got to undo all these traps and things. There's all these generators you got to start in the maps and everything. And then you finally find the correct trap door and you get the hell out of there. And whoever wins, if the killer wins, he kills everybody, he wins the game. And the killer's got like all these like ridiculous like perks. Like he can run fast, or he can see you from a distance. Like you light up like as like a.
Didn't you guys stream this game once before?
We did. We streamed it a long time. a long time ago.
That where you can you have to get the generators going, and once he hears that, he comes after you and shit. Yeah,
it's a fun game. You just
especially when you can't get the timing right to make it backfire and shit.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
Now
it would just be. It would just be better like if there was 5 of us playing, where one of us was the killer and the other 4 were, and then you swapped roles or something, But it was fun nonetheless.
Yeah. Okay, well that'd be good. But I would say, definitely Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. Tsushima? How do you say that word?
Tsushima.
Is it Tsushima or Tsushima?
Say Tsushima.
Oh, okay. Tsushima. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely get that. That game I want to get because that looks cool as hell.
That's on my list of shit to get to eventually. I'm gonna get to it.
I'm actually gonna get that one too. Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima is the name of that game.
Yeah. I would say also, I would definitely say, definitely do Death Stranding. And if you haven't done it yet, God of War, that'll be good.
God of War is another good game. That's a great game.
It's a definite, it's an RPG / puzzle solver.
I guess it kind of depends on what games you're into as well, from what we can recommend you. Do you like online games? Do you like single player games? Do you like role playing games? Do you like first person shooters? What exactly do you like? Would be a better way for me to help you.
Yeah, that's pretty much the genre I am not good at is first person shooters. Because if you guys watch me play Resident Evil 7, I can't.
Well, there's plenty of that. There's plenty of that.
Yeah, I suck at. Oh God, I am just. Oh, I am so. I hesitate is my problem. So.
Yeah, there's plenty of that, dude. All right.
Yeah.
Let's. Well, you got some good recommendations, Edgar. So buy any of those. If you like sports, PGA Tour 21 is a good one.
Actually, it is. Yeah.
I can't really vouch for the new Madden because I haven't bought a Madden since 2016. And I play it for all the wrong reasons. I only play Madden to annihilate my one friend who comes over here because it's all he wants to play is Madden when he comes here. And so that's the only time I'll ever play it, and I end up beating him. Rick 2276. I end up beating him the Browns played the Steelers last weekend, and we had the game on, and it was fucking terrible. So he's like, well, let's play it in Madden. I'm like, okay. So I was the Steelers, he was the Browns. And literally the scores about matched. It was like 34-3. Just some garbage.
What was he running backwards? What the hell's going on?
It was like 7 interceptions, dude. It was a mess. It was such a mess.
You should just be a dick and go, hey man, this ain't your game. How about we do some technical?
He's a kid I grew up with, so he used to when he would lose, he'd kick the NES or he'd stomp on the floor, so the vibration would knock the game out in the NES when he was losing.
He was one of those friends?
He was one of those friends. He would steal all my lives in Contra. When he ran out of lives, he would steal them. And then he'd be like, oh, I don't know. I didn't touch the button. I don't know what you're talking about. The game, your controller's broken. Like, you stole my last life. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Your controller's broken.
A friend like that deserves, when he stands up to stomp on the floor and reset the game like that, that's when you just give him a little nut check. Just
yeah, we'd be playing, well, you couldn't do it in Super Nintendo, because Super Nintendo, they fixed all that. So we'd play like NBA Jam or something, and he would just literally have to sit there and lose. Because there was no way, they patched all that out in the Super Nintendo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well, because they were smart and made it a top loader, which was originally
any console games after that, the kicking shit and pounding on stuff was that was history.
Yeah. Well, the original Nintendo was meant to be a top loader, but they decided because of the video game crash, they'd make it look more like a VCR, so people wouldn't be so scared of it. It worked.
It did. It sold
but it
a bunch.
Its flaws. It was definitely a flawed system, but
Frogster
says they did fix it.
Frogster says, I like sex game. What? Let me read this again.
If you like sex games, then you know what? Hey, Frogster, go on get a laptop.
Here.
Leisure Suit Larry.
I gotta read this in just the right way. Here we go. Here's Frogster. Wait, that's not it. That's not the one I wanted, damn it. This is the one. There we go. I like sex game. Role playing with my wife. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, we got a soundboard.
It sucks I can't hear it, but that's all right. I'm sure it was funny. I'll listen to it later.
Yeah, well, it helps when you play the right ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we're talking about Bitchard. That's exactly who we're talking about.
Yes.
Wait, you play Wham while you're having sex? What? I don't have any Wham, dude.
Shout. Oh wait, no, that's Tears for Fears. Never mind. Or no, Human League. That's Human League.
I don't
Never
have
mind.
any Wham. Do it! I have that, though. Careless Whisper.
No, he does the other one by Wham. Wake me up before you go.
All right, we got a main topic for the evening. We got to cover here. Need your guys' input on this one. Last week we talked about cereals.
Yes, we did.
We started out as Halloween cereals, and then we just kind of went. Everybody just went everywhere with it, and it was just we were all the way from Kaboom to Nintendo cereal to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We were all over the place, and we were trying to talk about a Halloween cereal. So if this conversation gets derailed into... God damn it, you microphone. If this conversation gets derailed into other candies, that's fine. I would not be surprised or upset about it.
Right.
So when you went trick-or-treating as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
or now, Harmack,
Ding dong, trick or treat, give me the fucking candy.
so what was your favorite candy to get? And what was your least favorite candy to get?
All right. I can answer that right now. The best candy in every kid, at least that I knew, myself included. Reese's peanut butter cups, you got those were the shit. I mean, because and the worst would have been Bazooka bubblegum.
Bazooka bubblegum, really?
Well, because they were good for like the first minute and a half, and then they had no flavor left.
Dude, I love Bazooka gum. We used to go to the corner store when I was younger, and just because Bazooka gum would be like,
oh, it's cheap as hell.
Cheap as hell. I used to love Bazooka gum. So yeah, Bazooka gum was your least favorite candy?
Well, no, it might be those ones that came in the orange and black wrapper. They're supposed to taste like peanut butter toffee type deal, and they.
Oh shit! I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name of that either. Does anybody else know what that is?
Yeah, I don't know.
You were talking about like their chews. They're like peanut butter chews or something like Charlie. What the hell is the name of it?
They weren't Charleston chews. Those are good.
Not Charleston chews? Okay.
No, these things are just... I know they've got a name.
Help us out, guys. What is that? What is he talking about? I know what you're talking about. They're in those little orange wrappers, and not candy corn.
Orange and black wrapper, and it when you open it up, it's like almost like think of it as like remember the square things of taffy that you'd get? Or
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, they're like...
I'm just trying to think of it, but I mean, those were the worst because they tasted horrible. I mean, so yeah, that would probably be the worst candy that I would get would be that shit.
If we can
now,
figure
I will
this
admit
out,
this though, when I got older, I ended up liking them, but as a kid, no, they were freaking horrible. But I cannot think of the name of those.
If we can figure this out by the end of the stream, I'll say this: if anybody figures it out and gets it right, and we can verify by Google image search what you're talking about, I will buy someone a sub to your channel.
There you go.
Free sub. I know that's not a lot to throw out there. I could say I could send you candy, but I probably won't. It's a pandemic going on right now. I'll buy you one sub to Harmack's channel. If anybody gets it right. That way it'll support Harmack.
Yay. Support me, goddammit. Support me.
If anybody knows.
Look it up, though, because I'm kind of curious myself.
But if Harmack beats you to it, then no deal. No deal. I'm trying to think of favorite candy here. Reese's Pieces were tough to beat. Or Reese's Cups, I mean, sorry.
Yeah, they were.
Favorite would probably have to be... I'm gonna go This is a tough one because there's a lot of great Halloween candy out there, but I'm gonna go with Three Musketeers.
Okay, I found it.
You already found it?
I found it, but I'm not gonna say it. That's just I've got it
All
to
right.
verify when somebody says what it is.
We'll save it to the end of the. We'll save it to the end of the stream here.
Yeah, no, I got it, but I
anybody
do
gets-
have it.
If anybody gets it right by your description, they got a free sub to your channel.
I can almost
A
tell you
gift
right now,
sub
I'm not gonna
courtesy
get a
of me.
sub. No one's gonna fucking guess. Because I didn't even know this. They have pictures of them and everything, and yeah, I would have never in a million years have guessed that name. There's no way in hell.
It's on like the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember what it is. It's pissing me off. But no, the Three Musketeers are probably my favorite, and they used to give away the full-fledged bars.
Edgar is. I'm sorry, dude. I don't mean to interrupt you. I know you're
No, go
going,
ahead.
but Edgar wants to know whoever gets what right. We're trying to figure out from Halloween. You would get sometimes this candy that came in an orange or a black wrapper, and it was like a caramel peanut butter thing that tasted like absolute crap. And if anyone can find the name
It's
of
a
that,
hard candy, right? It's a hard candy?
no,
It's a
a
chewy candy?
Chewy.
Okay.
It's a chewy candy.
Okay, it's a chewy candy.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Well, I don't know if Scales is trying to answer this or not. I don't know if he's saying that that's his favorite. Scales guessed Butterfinger BBs. That's not it.
That's not it.
That's not
Be right
it.
back. I'm going to grab a beer.
Peanut Butter Kisses? No. That's not it.
Who said it? Who said it?
Peanut Butter Kisses?
They are called peanut butter kisses.
Wait a minute. Are you sure?
I've got it right here. It says the name of the company. It's called Melster Candies Peanut Butter Kisses.
Oh, hang on a second.
Yep. And they actually came in black and orange and a tan wrapper. That's right. I remember the tan wrappers too. But yep, peanut butter
I thought
kisses.
Peanut Butter Kisses were like Hershey Kisses, like on a peanut butter cookie. Oh wait, here. I think I found them.
Or they changed the name actually when we got older.
No, I got them. What are they
Mary
called?
Jane's.
What are they called?
Mary Jane's.
Mary Jane's.
Yep,
This is
Mary
it right here?
Well, yeah, it's the same thing, but the original is Mary Jane Peanut Butter Kiss.
Looks
The
like
worst
taffy.
candy ever.
It looks like taffy.
It's not though. It's. I can't even tell you what the hell it is, to really be honest with you.
I was thinking something totally different here. Well, either way,
I'm gonna get a beer.
go get your beer. Either way, Frogster actually won it. See, Edgar, I was on the same thought process as you, because I thought you were talking about Hershey Kisses that are like on those peanut butter cookies or whatever, because you said the Bell things. Are you talking about like the Hershey ones? Those candies were nasty. I do remember getting those though, but I never knew that they were called peanut butter kisses. I think kisses, I think of Hershey Kisses, like the Bells, I think, which is what Edgar's talking about. Anyway, well, Frogster, I will buy you a 1-month sub to DJ Harmack's channel. I'll buy that for you later tonight, if you've not already subscribed. If you have, tough shit. So what are some of your favorite candies? I think we had
Thank
we have
you.
UNC Phil with 10 bits. I'll drink those when Harmack gets back here, whenever Harmack decides. Don't forget, guys, you can cheer the bits, or you can hit the sounder. Let me show you guys what the sounder is. If you're on a mobile phone, look right above where the chat window is, and there's going to be 2 icons where it says chat. One is a green one, an icon with glasses. One's a purple one with headphones. If you click that and you already have bits, you can actually use those bits to play sound effects on the stream. It's loud and obnoxious. It's coming.
Fatality.
There it is, right there. That's just an example of what you could do.
Fatality.
All right.
So yeah, Phil got it right. I can't. Or Frogster
No,
got
that
it
was
right.
Frogster. Frogster. See, Frogster's old school. I knew.
It's because Frogster's older than dirt. That's when that candy was probably popular before they invented sugar.
Frogster's old school. I knew he would get that.
It was horrible. That candy was horrible when I was a kid. When I got older, I ended up liking it. But man, as a kid, even today, putting it up next to like Reese's or Snickers or something like that, forget it. They don't stand a chance. But nowadays they're good in their own right, but they're not something I'd go out and buy.
I could picture the candy in my head. Like when you were talking about the wrapper, I'm like, I know what that is. And they weren't that great. They were very sticky, very chewy and sticky, and they got all over your teeth.
Yes, and it didn't taste. It didn't feel like or taste like it had much sugar in it at all.
So favorite for me would be the Three Musketeers. I'm talking not the bite-sized shit that they give out now. I'm talking when they used to give you the big candy bars.
Oh, you're talking about the honker.
Yeah, people used to not be so cheap. Things weren't that expensive either back in the day. But people used to give out full size candy bars, and those were good. I used to love those. Least favorite, and I'm including this because it ends up in a Halloween bag. I'm gonna extend this. Anything that goes in a Halloween bag, that's the worst ever. Okay.
Oh, I already got an answer for that. Go ahead.
Freaking raisins.
Oh yeah.
When people, I would trick or treat when I was a kid, and I'd be like, "Man, I'm into this. I can't wait to see what candy." And you'd have these old bags come up to you, open the bag, sweetie, and they would throw in a box of raisins and a nickel. I'd be like, "Ma'am, with all due respect, what the fuck is this?"
Okay. I got you. That the one that I hated was when you go to a house and they'd give you like 5 pennies. That was annoying.
I remember pennies. Yes, there would be pennies in the bottom of my bag.
That's like, what the hell?
My mom would always put them in my piggy bank or my savings or whatever I had at the time. I remember that.
God, no.
Let's see.
The other thing that we liked, though, if I had to go with another good candy, was Jolly Ranchers, man. Those were awesome.
Man, Jolly Ranchers, like, they're too powerful for me. Like, they too much, like, when you drink like a very strong sugary drink and you're like, oh, it's like almost like a bitter beer face.
But that's why we liked them, dude.
Now
they were awesome.
Atomic Fireballs, I'll eat the shit out of. In fact, I can
get those burn the crap.
I used to put 3 of those in my mouth at once. I lost my taste for a day because I did 4 at one time.
Because of the acidity.
Yes.
The acidity of the cinnamon literally freaking ripped off your
my parents used to buy these. They used to go to like Sam's Club and they would buy these big tubs of Atomic Fireballs, and I would eat them, and man, at first when I ate them, I'm like, oh, this is right. I had to take it out. I got so used to them, I would keep adding one in. I'm like, okay, I can do 2 now. Then I do 3. Imagine the choking hazard, by the way. If you swallow 1 or 2, you're like, you're done. But like I did 4 at one time, and I was like, my whole face was just red. But I did it. Edgar Games has redeemed a request. Oh wait, I've never seen this before. Edgar has redeemed a request to talk about a topic or a question. Okay.
Oh, okay, there you go.
All right. I've never seen someone do that. I mean, I did a stream.
You like to talk about.
So what do you want to talk about? You redeemed a question, so you got to. I need to change the graphic on that. Apparently, we don't have an updated graphic for that.
Yeah,
it's just the generic zombie. Graphic. So if you have a question or a topic, Edgar, we'll talk about it. Thanks for doing that. It's 2 people tonight that have used the function that barely ever gets used on this channel. I like that. People are thinking. I'm going to read back up here, see what other people are saying. We got Edgar says Reese's.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm telling you, Reese's are going to be number 1.
Also Twix, the chocolate balls things. Chocolate balls.
Oh, I bet he's talking about Milk Duds.
Oh, Milk Duds. Those are good too. I do like.
Yeah,
Milk
they
Duds. I like Milk Duds. Butterfinger BBs from Scales.
Butterfinger? Hell yeah.
Del Griffith says candy corn. Now that could cause quite the debate here.
I have to agree. I don't know why a lot of people hate it. I personally like candy corn. I always have.
My wife hates candy corn. She will not eat it. She gives it to me. I personally have no issue with it. I like candy corn. I don't know what people have against candy corn. There's nothing wrong with candy corn to me. Let's see. I did streamables bits and did Twitch shout out. Well, that's what you did. So you can redeem a topic or a discussion of your choosing.
Yes, you do.
Anybody got any more candies? Let's see. Mallow Cups are my favorite.
Rolos, man.
I remember Mallow Cups. They're the they're the Reese Cups with marshmallows, right? Is that what the same thing? Well, Mallow Cups, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're the Reese Cups with marshmallows, pretty much.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. The one that I liked were Rolos, though. Rolos were good.
Dude, my mom would always. It was my mom's favorite candy was Rolos, and she would buy those like a ton of those things, and I would just. Eventually, I got hooked on them, and I would eat them too.
Okay, what's that asking?
Del Griffith. I love candy corn, so Del Griffith is on board with the candy corn.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. The question from Edgar is, how did you guys get here today? Well, I walked.
I came home from work, took a shower, and had some dinner, and then walked over to the PC. I turned it on.
I walked down a flight of stairs.
I don't know what he means. Is that what he means, or is it like, how did we get to this?
Ask me how did I get here when I can show you that I have like 100 or 200 people in here at one time. Then ask me how I got here. I'm still working on that. We are not famous, dude. If that's what your question is.
We're just really good actors.
We got 10 fatality bits coming in from UNC Phil.
50 fatality.
He wants to see a fatality. Phil wants a fatality. Froxer says I drove a semi 512 miles.
Uphill both ways.
I rode my bike. I rode a bike today. That's how I got here. I took the rapid, a train. I drove my car.
No, that's not a bad question, but that's a very loaded question. If I think what you're asking is what you are asking,
it is a loaded question.
There's a long story to that.
Someday we'll have to tell the story.
Yeah.
Of how we got
to this. Wait, what's he saying there?
Want to be famous? Are you going to be a bot, Edgar? I've read this shit before. The last person who came in here and told me that was a bot. And Del Griffith banned it. Before I even got to be sympathetic with the bot, Del Griffith banned it.
Don't ban Edgar. He's just messing around.
Edgar's just messing around. How did you get here today from streaming? I'm going to give you the Reader's Digest version.
There you go. Go with that.
10 years ago, we started a radio show. That radio show progressed into a Twitch show. Here we are.
Okay. Well, that was more like the Cliff Notes version.
That's pretty much how we started.
I mean, I don't know how I got here.
If you want to hear
online.
If you want to hear that radio show, you can go over to theescapeshow.com. It's still up, and the archives are still there.
Yeah. I went and started DJing online, met these guys, started going with them. Then one day brought up a thing of, hey, let's start streaming. And certain people weren't really with it. And I was like, well, the hell with you. I'm going to do it anyway. And I started doing that. And soon but later, Slash follows along. And here we are. That's more of the Reader's Digest version.
I did dabble in the streaming. I did dabble with streaming a little bit in 2016. And then we took the show, the podcast we were doing, we took into Twitch, 2015, I believe, is when we did that. So I've had quite a bit of a Twitch background. I just never have done much.
Yeah, the first game I streamed was back. It was only for a day or two, because I didn't understand quite yet how it worked, and it was when The text-to-speech shit was in its infancy and didn't really work right and all that shit. Was back in like 2014 or 2015 doing Bloodborne. I did that for like a day or two.
He said, no, that's what the streamable bits said. It said you would give your Twitch channel a shout out. I used 300 bits. Yeah, that's if that allows you to redeem an automatic question. I remember when I set that up, you could ask a question of your choosing. And we would stop the show and answer that question, which is what we did.
We'll definitely give his channel a shout out though. Why not?
Oh, I'll give your Twitch channel a shout out. I mean, I'm not hard up for that. Yeah.
Oh no, hell no.
Guys, give a follow to Edgar Games TTV. Edgar _ Games TTV.
Yeah, just remember though, guys. When we become famous, we're gonna be too good for that shit.
I'm gonna pull that shit down. I'm gonna be like, Scales 17. What was his name?
Yeah, Scales 17 thighs or something.
Dude, fuck that. Scales is gonna be the one that gets famous. He's gonna leave all our asses in the dirt.
I know, right?
He's gonna be like on MTV. He'll be rolling up and being like, well, I knew these jabrones back whenever I did these video games, and now I'm like I don't know what Scales is gonna find some like ridiculous way to get famous.
Oh yeah,
and we'll be left in the dirt.
You see it coming, man.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, I see it coming. Scales, it's gonna be Scales. Scales is gonna be the one that does it. I'm telling you right now, mark my words.
As long as he doesn't steal other people's Twitch chats.
That guy's going places. Yeah, as long as you don't steal people's tweets, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, you'll be great. Then you don't reek of desperation.
Don't steal tweets, bro. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's just wrong, and it leaves you open for ridicule, and not a good thing.
We had one other candy comment. I'm gonna scroll back up and read this here.
Yeah, what's that?
Do they still make chunky bars, or is that too offensive nowadays? They still make chunky bars.
They still do.
And that is my wife's favorite candy. Chunky bars kind of have a history with me and my wife because when we first met, like we were drinking and I started asking a bunch of random ass questions. Like I was like, "What's your favorite candy?" Like chunky bars. So when I had to go get beer that night, I went up and got myself some beer, and then I noticed they had chunky bars at the gas station. So I picked up a chunky bar and I brought it back and gave it to her, and she's like, the last time I had a chunky bar was like 5-6 years ago. She's like, I didn't even know they still made them. This is 2003, by the way. So
back when L was romantic.
Yeah, and now I'm just whatever. No, but on our birthday or on our anniversary, I go and buy her a chunky bar from the store.
That's really cool.
Just as a callback. So yes, they still make chunky bars. They're still out there.
Remember 100 grand? I remember those.
Do they still make 100 grand?
I haven't seen them. I swear I think they do, but I don't know for sure. I did I always liked those Smarties. Those were good.
Smarties are always good. Are you talking about the ones in like the wrapper with the two ends? You have to pull them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They still make. They still make those.
They still make those. Yes. Yeah. I'm talking about like, or you had the other ones, the bottle caps.
Bottle caps. So did your dick get chunky? Oh God, damn it, Phil. Why did I do it? Why did I do it?
What did you say?
I'm not even gonna read the rest of that. I fell right into that trap.
He just knew you're gonna read whatever's there.
I've had like 4 beers. I'll read whatever you guys say.
Apparently not.
So there you go. So that would be your favorite candy. Who didn't answer? Who didn't answer about their favorite Halloween candy?
Mine was Reese's. I mean, by the time we got into like 10, 11 years old, when we only had like another year or two left of trick or treating, we knew what houses had the good shit and which ones to avoid. So, that's why like every Halloween, I always make it like, I want to be the cool house. So I always hook the kids up with, Reese's Pieces and those Reese's sticks and anything Reese's really.
I think I gotta be logged into Streamlabs, Edgar, to check that. Because if it didn't tell me in my viewer, like, which question you asked, because it literally popped up and said you wanted to ask a question. So you have to tell me what it was you picked, because if it's wrong, I'll have to correct it, because I can't do it right now. My until we get the new machine in here, which hopefully is going to be soon, my resources are very limited. Like, very, very limited. Like, I can get away with maybe 2 tabs on a web browser, and that's about it. I have an update on that. All I need now is a processor. I'm waiting for that Ryzen 7 to come down a little bit.
It may wait for Black Friday. It may.
I'm waiting for Black Friday.
Or Cyber Monday even. So
Scales says he's gonna check it. Scales is my number one. Scales is like my new intern.
Yeah, he's our tech.
We've had a lot of interns around these parts. We had Unknown Gamer. We had, what else we have? Frosty.
We had Dub 2.
Phil. Phil wasn't really an intern. Phil was just a guest.
Yeah, we had Skates at one point.
Skates was an intern.
We had Bad Santa wasn't an intern. That girl was, though, whatever the hell her name
Christina?
Christina.
I felt the need because you said Bad Santa. There you go. You know what I did. I know you can't hear it, but you know what I did.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Who else did we have? We had we can't forget Willie.
Willie wasn't really an intern, though. Willie was a host on that show.
Was he? You know what? You're right. He was. What else we have? We had Richardson every now and then.
He wasn't an intern. We only had a few interns. We didn't have many interns on that show. I picked the Twitch shout out streamable bits, then I picked the ask a question or topic. I didn't get the Twitch shout out alert. I don't know why it didn't come up on my screen, but I mean, like I said, I gave you the shout out. That's Edgar _ Games TTV. Give him a follow, guys.
Oh yeah.
I endorse Edgar.
I actually watched some of his stuff. It's pretty good.
There you go. You've been endorsed, sir.
By the famous people.
Yeah. I never thought I'd be asked, how did you get here?
Yeah. I didn't think I would either. But
oh, yeah. I remember setting those, Edgar, by the way. Edgar posted all the requirements I put for the Streamlabs things you could buy with bits. Mod Forever is like 100,000 bits.
Mod Forever?
Yeah, he just pasted it. 100,000 bits. If you give me 100,000 bits, I'll make you a Mod Forever, no problem. You're dedicated at that point.
Yeah, no shit.
Pick the next game. I forgot about that. Pick the next game I play, 2,000. See, I need to start charging Del Griffith 2,000 bits.
No shit.
Because he's the one that gave me these games. He's like, you got to play these games.
You keep giving him like the friends and family discount free.
I give Del Griffith like the Denny's discount. Like, he comes in and he's like, yeah, whatever, man. Just play it. Instagram ad 600. Yeah, we have an Instagram account. Twitch follow 500. Shit, I gotta stop following people on Twitter then. If I'm making those kind of promises, I just follow anybody who follows me. That shit's gotta stop. I'm losing out on some money here.
That'll work better when you have more people, dude.
Twitch follow 200. Request a question or topic 100. Yeah, someday I'll have to revamp those.
Yeah.
I think I set that up back when the channel was brand new and I had no idea what else to pick for topics, but I've kind of realized that I just let the people kind of dictate what. That's exactly why we said tonight we were gonna do like Halloween candy, which we have done. But then we kind of answer questions in between, and we kind of talk about like what other people want to talk about, like what PS1 game we would buy.
Yeah,
from Evil. Is he still in your chat, by the way?
I haven't seen him in a while. Let's see. Is he in mine still? Let's see. Well, it says it says he's still in there, but I think he might be ghosting. That's all right, though.
Literally.
Hello.
Come on, Del Griffith.
He's ghosting too.
Edgar. Yeah, Del Griffith, I think, is ghosting, but I think he's around. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, guys. Unless you have another topic we want to talk about, we're gonna go ahead and get to our clips of the week. We do have a few of them.
There we go. All right.
So each week on the State of the Streams here, we play our favorite clips that you guys clipped during the week. We only have 2 of them this week, sadly. Last week we had 5. This week we have 2. So let me pull these up here. The chat will be minimized for just wait. Of course, Edgar just said something. All right, hang on, Edgar, hang on to that question. We'll get to that. Hold that question. Just hold that question. Hold it. Hold it.
Just keep holding, Edgar. Just hang in there, man. We're working.
All right, so we have 2 clips. The first one here, let me go to our other view, which is here. Here you got Harmack's lovely dome right there. And I just fucking accidentally launched a completely different app I didn't want to launch. That's not good. Hang on.
He's messing up, folks. It's okay, though.
No, it's going to launch a very memory-heavy app that I do not want right now.
And it's...
Harmack starts jittering. That's probably why. Okay, I stopped it. I stopped it. Here we go. So our first clip is Harmack's slow walk.
Oh, God. This is so good. I was overloaded, yeah. All right, we're back again. Let's let's see if we can... Yeah, he fell asleep. Check this out. He fell asleep. Look at this. He's asleep. Wake up.
What am I supposed to say? That Harmack walks slower than an old lady with a walker. That walk went on so long Evil 1976 died 3 times and came back 4 and brought 5 other brother-in-laws into his Twitch account.
Oh my God. Dude, you gotta clip that. You gotta clip that. That's
one more time.
And yeah, he fell asleep. Check this out. He fell asleep. Look at this.
So Harmack took a potty break here.
Wake up. Yeah, I did.
His character fell asleep. He's
what
walking
am I supposed to say?
with all this baggage.
Harmack walks slower than an old lady with a walker. That walk went on so long Evil 1976 died 3 times and came back 4 and brought 5 other brother-in-laws into his Twitch account.
Oh my God. Dude, you gotta clip that. You gotta clip it.
Is Evil still watching? Because I'm gonna...
I don't know, but that was just too funny.
Is he watching from the heavens?
I don't mean to laugh, but it was just too good. He's looking down on us right now.
Evil's watching from the heavens, looking down on all of us. All right, we got one more clip here. This clip was called... Oh, this is my second jump scare.
Oh.
So I ran into these mannequins in Condemned, and this is what happened. Oh, let me hang on, let me move this up here. So you have to kind of bear with me here because my camera view will be here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to full screen it. I'm just going to kind of extend the window here so you guys can still see my reaction because I do jump here a lot. So I'm walking down this hall in Condemned and I run across these mannequins and I'm like, why is there static on the screen? Like, I'm questioning why the game is doing something. And then this happens. Oh, look at this. What's up with the static effects? Oh, shit. So the mannequins moved, and then I accidentally shot them. So the other creepy thing about that,
I remember that.
The other creepy ass thing about this is the music just stops. It goes down to like a really creepy crawl, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Because I was legit like just like in terror this whole time. Look at this. What's up with the static effects? Oh shit! And I didn't even mean to shoot at him. That just kind of happened. So I took a break. This game. And I grabbed a beer because I was so stressed out. That game stressed me out, man.
Oh man, I was watching that, man. I was dying. That was so funny.
There's been very few games that have done that. Like legit, like I was not expecting. That's what I love about games like that. Is like,
yeah,
I was not expecting that to happen, and then like I was just like, what is going on here? Why is there static? And all of a sudden, like, I hear something, I turn around, and there's a mannequin right behind me. And if you watch that clip and that stream even further, the mannequins follow you all the way down.
Yeah, it's like that damn grandmother in freaking Resident Evil.
Yeah.
It's like you turn a corner and there she is. Like, whoa, shit, who are you? Yeah.
So
I love games that do that shit though. That makes them fun.
That's why I even told Doug Griffith who asked me to play that game. I said that's one of the genuine times I've played a game, and I'm like I loved it because it did shit like that to me. I'm hoping that Condemned 2 does the same. So far, it hasn't, but I'm only in 2 chapters, so we're gonna let that go.
Maybe it'll ramp up. You never know.
I hope, but that was terrifying. Like that I think that store level was one of my favorites because it just that whole level just fucked with you.
Yeah.
Took a break to change his pants. Yes.
Hey, man.
Let's see here.
It drove him to get a beer. I mean, that scared the hell out of him.
I did. I had to drink after that because I was like, man, I need a breather. Edgar says I have not been in a clip in a while. You were in
in a while.
You were gone for a while, by the way, and I did reference you in the Zelda finale when I saw the ending and Rudo was in there. You know, that fish that couldn't swim. Because you literally called that fish a bitch while I was streaming, and he wasn't around for a while. So I'm like, you know what? I said, shout out to Edgar wherever he is.
Yeah. We were thinking about you, buddy.
Yeah,
we just
I gave you a shout out. I said, shout out to Edgar. You know, that's his girl, Rudo.
Rudo. There you go.
The fish that couldn't swim. Let's see here. Edgar, speaking of Edgar, oh hell no, I just shit my pants. I'm scared to go to sleep. Please stop. Are you being sarcastic?
Yes.
Play the fucking game and then get back to me.
You're all brave now till you play the game.
Play the fucking game and then tell me how you feel.
If you stream it, you gotta have a camera on your face. It's the only way.
Absolutely.
It's legit.
None of these people stream that shit because they're too fucking scared. Doug Griffith said that was one of my few favorite games that messed with me. Few games that messed with me, sorry. That actually scared me.
Does make sense. I mean,
that to me was the highlight of that game, was that department store level. Like I loved every minute of that level because it
whole game. I mean, I was watching every episode, man. That whole game is just eerie as hell. That's good. It was a good game. I was not expecting it to be that good. So oh my god, kudos to Del man, for requesting that.
Yeah, that wasn't a game that was not what I expected when I played that game. I was thoroughly impressed.
Yeah, it was not bad.
You don't need to be sorry, Edgar. We're just fucking with you.
Yeah, relax, buddy. Relax.
You don't even need to play the game. Just watch us play the game. We'll play the games for you.
This is a safe space.
And Twitch is free. This channel's free. I don't do what other dickish people do and make it sub only. This channel's free. Now, when you ask me 10 years later how I got this big and the channel's only sub only, then, you know.
Then you'll know.
Then you'll know.
But you have to subscribe to find out.
You have died.
Phil, you have died.
You have died.
That's 50. That's a big 50. Now, there's a history behind that one, which may be a little underwhelming, but Harmack used to have a bot when he streamed through PlayStation, and everybody would say, you have died, because it would just say, you have died. You have died over and over again. So that was a meaningful shout out to Harmack.
Oh, this new bot does the same thing. You guys say it all the time.
Not
when
as
I
good
die. You
though.
have died.
Not as good though, in my opinion.
Huh?
Not as good though, in my opinion.
I know. I wish I could find a voice just as good as that, but they don't have one out there that'll work with this thing. I wish I could find something better, but this is the best I can find. You know, I mean, if there was a way to do the PlayStation's, thing through it, I'd do it, but it's not possible.
Yep.
So we're stuck with what we got. At least it's something, it's better than nothing. Cause with my eyesight, I wouldn't, even with the bigger print, I would have to stop playing constantly to see what you guys are saying. So, this helps me out a lot. So
we've got a question from Edgar, and then we're going to move on to TP. He's posted it now 3 times. He's really trying to get this question answered.
All right.
And then we'll move on to the TP Poker Nia Jax joke of the week. TP Poker, once again, not here.
Yeah.
Gonna have to get on his case about this.
Yeah.
If you want a segment on this show, I'm sorry, this Just Chatting event, you have to be here.
Just Chatting event.
Yes. Not show. Not show.
Just Chatting event.
Just Chatting event. Gotta be clear on that.
All right.
All right, Harmack, this is going to be a question more of up your alley here.
All right.
What is your favorite anime? What's your favorite anime? And then I'll read you what he said. Because I don't really have a favorite anime, honestly. I'm not an anime guy. And I don't hate them. I just am not an anime guy.
I've actually got 3. The first one that I really got into when I was younger was Robotech. And then kind of fell out of it for a while, and then a friend of mine got me into Naruto, which led me into Bleach. So basically right now my 2 favorites are Naruto, which is now Boruto. It's like a second, it's now Naruto's son thing, and Bleach, which ended in 2012, but the demand for people wanting it to come back, it's coming back in 2021. So I'll be definitely watching that too. So yeah, those are my favorite. I tried Dragon Ball Z, wasn't bad. Just never really got into it. But back when I was really kind of getting into it, I didn't have the internet or anything to like be able to stream it or anything like that. I was really running on crap shit. And then when the good stuff came along, I was now into Naruto. So I kind of bypassed.
You ever heard of Crunchyroll? Have you ever checked any of that streaming service out? Because I think they have all that stuff on there.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I know that the one other one I did get into was Cowboy Bebop. That was actually pretty good too. And then of course every teenager's favorite, Sailor Moon.
I just never got into it, dude. I don't know why. I'm the perfect candidate because I love
they're all like science fiction.
I love Japanese games, but I just when I think anime, I think of that tentacle shit, and it's like I just can't get past that.
You're confusing anime with hentai.
I know. I knew you were gonna say that, and I'm not trying to. Like I said, I have nothing against anime. I've never it's all been too extreme for me. I can't even watch any American cartoons anymore.
Oh come on. Well, that I can see.
I have a hard time with American cartoons. Oh, Harmack is talking to a ghost. Is evil over there?
No. No, Alexa was doing this like doodle-doo. I don't know why, but I told her to stop. I don't know what the hell was going on there. That was kind of weird.
Edgar says, my favorite anime is Attack on Titan and Naruto.
Oh, yeah. And
he pasted that twice in the same sentence.
Well, if you haven't watched Bleach, dude, you can get it on... You can get the English dubbed. I would highly recommend that. I'm not a big fan of the reading one, eyesight-wise. So I usually wait for a lot of them to become English dubbed instead of subbed. So if so, try out Bleach, man. I'm guarantee you won't be disappointed. It's really good if you haven't seen it yet. So give that a shot.
All right, well, that was Edgar's paid-for topical question.
I'm glad I could help. I'm glad I could help. Yeah, I'm kind of an anime fan. I'm not a diehard anime fan, but I do like a lot of it. Yeah.
I can never get into the whole anime thing. It's the same way, and I should be a perfect candidate for it. I love
Yeah.
I played Xenogears, which is the closest I'll ever get to anime. The cutscenes in the game were all anime, actually, and it was based off of an
If you
anime.
think about it, you were watching anime back with the NES because if you played Ninja Gaiden, that's the
true.
same type of art style that they have today.
That kind of was an anime. You're right. You're not wrong. Like I said, I'd be the perfect candidate on a normal scale. Just.
I mean, hell, you're into Final Fantasy. That's anime personified. So.
Not anymore.
Well, it was, but before they made it more realistic.
Yeah,
yeah.
Not really anymore. Especially with 16. 16 is very Americanized, if you will.
Yeah.
Western, I should say.
Right.
Very Western.
Hang on a minute. Before you do the TP poker thing, let me go get one more beer and
I will catch up on the chat. Just hurry your ass. You need to get a mini fridge down there, dude. I got a mini fridge right next to me.
I do have one, but it's across the damn basement because I can't put it over here.
Well, you should put it over there. Extension cords, they make them. See, my sister loves Cowboy Bebop. Old school Oregon Trail. Oregon Trail is a game, isn't it? Talking about Oregon Trail or Oregon Trail? Final Fantasy has an anime vibe to it. Some of them do. Some of them have a very anime vibe to it, but a lot of them do not. At least I never thought. Of course, they're from Japan, so you would associate very easily. But 16, at least the trailer that I saw, looks a lot like Elder Scrolls to me. So I think they're kind of getting away from that whole thing. Because I think even Final Fantasy 15, the last entry, and probably 7 Remake, probably outsold Japan. I could be wrong about that. I could definitely be wrong about that.
That's when I have to try it as
Whoever hates anime except Slash and Del Griffith, I would kill them in anime style bitches and Japanese text. Don't mess with Edgar. Don't mess with Edgar. He's one bad mofo. Don't mess with that guy. All right, are we ready for the TP Poker? And I wish TP Poker was here. He is not. So this is a living segment that moves on without him. Yeah. We found we kind of talked about this last week, but we found that TP Poker is best known for his best Nia Jax jokes when he is not under pressure, like he was on this show. I'm sorry, just chatting event, and he actually spouts them out on usually a Harmack stream because of the bot.
Right.
So I would like to go ahead and move on with the Nia Jax joke of the week.
Of the week.
This is for you, TP Poker, and you're not even here. Now, why do we say it's TP Poker's Nia Jax joke of the week? Because TP Poker recreates, like TP Poker's your regular comedian. He really is. Oh, man. This guy knows how to do it.
When he gets on a roll, man, he's absolutely hilarious.
Correct. So we have 3 jokes courtesy of Scales 175. Let's go ahead and play. I don't know what these are. I have not pre-screened them. I have no idea what jokes are what. I'll be laughing along with you guys. I probably heard them on your stream, Harmack.
You probably did, but probably just don't remember.
I see Death Stranding in each thumbnail of these screenshots, so I assume these are all from your stream. Here we go.
All right.
Nia Jax did the split. The air quality in California went down again.
I didn't catch that one. What was that one?
Nia Jax did the splits and the air quality in California went down again.
Nia Jax did the split. The air quality in California went down again.
Okay. Nia Jax did the splits and the air quality went down again, right?
Nia Jax did the split. Yeah. The air quality in California went down again.
The air quality in California. Okay. All right, so that joke number 1 is the air quality joke. All right,
That was a good one.
that was good. I like that. That was good. Here's joke number 2.
I needed a new comforter for my king-size
for the
bed,
help.
so I raided Nia's underwear drawer.
That was good. That was decent.
I needed a new comforter for my
Thanks
king-size
for the
bed,
help.
so I raided Nia's underwear drawer.
Drawer. Your bot always handles TP poker very strangely.
It does.
Have you
I don't
noticed
know
that?
why.
Like,
Yeah.
always like.
I don't understand. I don't know. Like, she handles everyone differently. It's
Yeah,
really weird.
she gives like a certain voice to everybody. All right, here. All right, so number 2 is underwear drawer joke. All right, so number 3.
Oh, geez.
God damn it.
Nia told her boyfriend, "I want you so bad." Then he realized he had a sandwich in his hand.
I remember that one. I remember this one.
Nia told her boyfriend, "I want you so bad." Then he realized he had a sandwich in his hand.
I like how Harmack's like, huh? Like, I don't think you heard that one, honestly.
It's because I was still trying to figure out the game, and I was more concentrating on that than what was said. I knew it was a Nia Jax joke, and I kind of caught it, but I wasn't relaxed enough because I was still working on trying to figure out like how the hell this game works.
All right,
So
so
I was kind of preoccupied, I guess would be the right word.
so here's the question. And I actually have a little bit of a sounder here. Are you ready
Oh, he's got the sounder,
are you ready for
everybody.
this? You'll recognize this. This is from a trivia question.
Oh,
All right, guys.
that'll get copyrighted.
So which was your favorite? Was it the Nia Jax air quality joke? What was the other 2?
The needing underwear from a dresser drawer.
underwear joke?
Wanted to talk to her boyfriend, said I want you so bad, and he didn't
And the
realize that
sandwich
he was
joke.
holding-
Yeah.
Yeah,
So air quality joke, underwear joke, or sandwich joke?
they're all good.
Which was your favorite?
I think mine's the sandwich one. I like that one.
I like the sandwich one too. Phil says 8. I don't know which joke is 8.
That's kind of weird.
I don't know which joke is 8.
I don't even think Phil knows which one is 8.
I take it 3. 3 is the sandwich joke.
Yeah, that would be the sandwich
Yeah,
joke.
that would be my favorite. Is the sandwich joke. I like that one.
Yeah, I have to agree. That one was actually really funny. I because you didn't know where it was going.
Frogster
Yeah.
liked the air quality joke.
The air quality joke's not bad either.
That was a good one. Yeah, Frogster liked the air quality joke.
And a stinky hoochie snorter.
TP Poker, nailing it again. So the sandwich joke is your Nia Jax joke of the week.
Nice.
But Doug Griffith likes the underwear drawer one though.
Huh. Well, he's the only one then.
You still lose, sir.
Loser.
God damn it.
Nia told her boyfriend, "I want you so bad." Then he realized he had a sandwich in his hand.
There you go. That is your Nia Jax joke of the week. All right. Before we end things here, guys, because we're at the 2-hour mark. Believe
Yep.
it or not, this
This show went by quick.
Harmack, you said the S word. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. This just
I'm
chatting.
sorry, Harmack. I'm gonna have to
Oh,
buzz you there.
no buzz.
Sorry.
No.
This is a just chatting event, sir.
The just chatting event.
This
Like a
flew
rain
by very quickly.
It did.
What does the sandwich joke mean? I hope that's not a...
I mean, you want me to explain it, I'll explain it, but I feel sad that I have to.
It's kind of
basically-
implied. She's fat.
Yeah, basically, her boyfriend, who she says to her boyfriend, I want you so bad. He's thinking that she's talking to him. She's talking to the sandwich he's holding in his hand.
It's a sexy time joke with a sandwich.
She wants to have sex with that sandwich by eating the shit out of
I hope that helps you.
it. Does that make it more clear?
What does the sandwich work mean? Does the sandwich have a job? Does it...
To taste good, I think, is the only job it has to have.
I mean, does it work at Taco Bell?
Well, then it wouldn't be a sandwich, it'd be a fucking taco.
Yeah, he meant joke.
I know.
Any other last and final let's talk abouts? Anything else you guys wanted to chat about? Did we miss anything this week? There was no really real good gaming news to even discuss. I guess the PS5 has gotten into some YouTubers' hands finally. So I think in the next week we're going to see a bunch of... I'm sorry, when I say YouTubers, I mean like Western YouTubers, like from the States. So I think we're going to start seeing more come out of it. They did show... They showed the OS. Yeah, they showed the OS. I did find out that some of my stuff that I pre-ordered is going to ship early.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to be getting my controller charger and my remote, my media remote, before I actually get my PS5.
So you can look at them and dream.
So I can set those up in my gaming area over here, right over here, and I can just look at it and go, man, this is going to be slick when I actually get one.
For some reason, I see Al being like Willy Wonka. I've got a golden ticket.
Like I said, I allegedly have one on a pre-order. I allegedly do, but until it's here in my hands,
It's a legend.
it's a legend. Because I hear horror stories all the time. These pre-orders are getting canceled. I've not heard Sony canceling theirs, which is where I got it from. But we'll see. But I won't have it until Christmas, unfortunately, because my wife will not give it to me beforehand. What a bitch she is to buy me a console and just not give it to me on the release date.
As he looks around to make sure she's not in the basement when he says that one.
What a bitch. Can't believe her. How dare she buy me a... Dude, let me tell you, man, we were very close to getting iPhone 12s today.
Really? Why?
I bought her for her birthday and Apple Watch. Well, let me explain how this kind of happened. So for my birthday in September, she bought me an Apple Watch. And when the Apple Watch shipped, I got it on release date. And when it shipped and got here, I got it and I was messing with it. And she had an Apple Watch 3. And this watch does all kinds of stuff that hers didn't do. Like it measures your sleep time, your heartbeat, like all this stuff, you know.
Come to think of it, I have that watch now.
Yeah, in fact, Harmack now has that watch.
Yes, I do.
But so she's like, well, I want this Apple Watch now. So I upgraded her Apple Watch to a 6. That was like $500. So I didn't feel so bad about her dumping $500 on a PS5.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, so like we did that, and then like today I went in to pay a payment on that Apple Watch because I'm trying to get that $500 Apple. Like we split it on the bill, but like I just want to get it paid off because the bill goes up like $20 a month. I don't want to deal with that. So if I have like an extra $100 laying around, I just go and pay off the watch. So I think it's down to like $300 now or something. So I went and paid it off, and the dude's like, well, you know, dude, iPhone 12 is out today. He's like, you qualify for upgrades, you know, $400 trade-in on your iPhone 8. I'm still rocking an iPhone 8 Plus, by the way. Because I don't care. Like, there's been really no innovations in phones in quite a while now.
There hasn't. That's why, you know, I always wait for them to tell me I'm eligible for an upgrade because I'm not going to pay extra for. I don't need one that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, if it were something like drastically, like, oh my God, I've got to have it, then yeah, maybe I would. But that has never really
Well,
happened with
the guy that worked there stopped me. He's like, let me tell you something. If you want to upgrade, he's like, I would wait for the iPhone 12 Max. It's coming out in like 2 weeks. He's like, I'll tell you when to pre-order it. He's like,
what's the difference?
So it's like it's bigger than the iPhone 8 Plus. It's like the biggest iPhone to date. It's got like a really crazy camera. And it's got a whole bunch of other features, but the screen size, like my wife was all over the camera function, but to me, like the 13-hour battery life was like enough for me to go, wow, okay,
that'll probably be what I get, especially if it's got a bigger screen than the one I have now. I'll definitely be all over
we got
that.
some bits coming in. We got 75 bits from, oh man, that's a big one.
Yeah, it's official.
UNC
We suck.
Phil. We suck. All right, let's drink them.
All right. For this beer.
But anyway, so he's like, I can give you an iPhone 12 Pro or Basic today. He's like, but I'm just gonna tell you, you want to wait for because the iPhone Max is gonna be $100 more. And he's like, I can give you up to $500 for each phone, so you'll basically be paying $20 per line, per phone.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well that's a deal. So I got to go back and do that. But we nearly walked out with iPhone 12s today.
Nice.
Just randomly. So I
waited.
waited.
Because it really wouldn't have, you'd have broke even. It wouldn't have cost you anything.
Hey, my iPhone 8 has been rock solid. I've had no issues with it over the past 4 years. It's the longest I've ever kept a phone.
I can honestly say, with all the iPhones I've had, I've never had a problem with them.
It's the longest I've ever kept a phone, and it works just like how I had it day one. It's fast. It does whatever I need. Yep. I'm not trying to be like an Apple endorser or anything, because I'm not. But
Cha-ching.
But unless they want to send me an iPhone 12, go ahead.
Apple, what's up?
Del Griffith just upgraded to the 11. Let's see here.
Yeah, I got the iPhone XS, I think.
Let's talk about starting new chapters.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Not.
Let's see here. I wonder if I had a girlfriend, will she grab a balloon dildo? Wait, what? What the fuck did I just read? Edgar, what are you smoking?
Really the good shit. I
can't even read this. I'm afraid I'll get like when this gets archived on YouTube, I'll get like struck down. I can't read this, dude. A balloon dildo and put it in her ass? Like what? You're gonna buzz for that, sir. Let's see. My dad is getting me the iPhone 11. I had the 7. I upgraded to the 11. Hey, we got a bot! We got a bot! Finally! Our first bot. First bot for State of the Streams, Harmack. Did you see this?
But no.
QF for Mariella 10. I'm waiting for Del Griffith to take care of this. Do you want to become famous? Do you want to buy followers, primes, and views? Del Griffith killed him.
Good job, Del.
Do it!
What a watchdog.
Del Griffith killed him.
Oh, yeah.
Very sad.
Ultra Combo!
Any other topics you guys want to discuss before we part ways for tonight? Anything else? No, we're not going to get an Apple sponsorship. I don't know of any YouTuber that gets an Apple sponsorship. You know what I will sponsor, though? And this is just, I'm throwing it out there. Raid Shadow Legends, let's do it. Everyone else is doing it.
Yeah.
Mac, you know what game I played this week?
What did you play, Al?
It was a real doozy, man.
Oh, I'm all ears. What is it?
It pushed my phone to the max.
Oh, was it getting like really hot to the touch?
It was Raid Shadow Legends.
I've heard good things about that game, man. How was it?
It was so bad.
I am all over that game, man. They are the best.
I'm gonna do a Raid Shadow Legends commercial. I'm not even gonna be sponsored by them, and I'm just gonna send it to them. Be like, look, I am not at all a big YouTuber, but I'm gonna do a Raid Shadow Legends commercial, and just hook me up, dude.
Yeah.
You're sponsoring everybody else. Even whores, fuck people. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
Even whores sometimes have to do a quickie for free.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you.
I think we should stop for the night, dude.
Yeah, I think we're gonna stop here. I've already drank 4 of these here seltzers, and I think I'm done. I think I'm spent.
And he's spent.
I will plug next week though. Next week, let me go back here. Last week we talked about Halloween cereal. This week we talked about Halloween candy.
Yep.
Get all your lists together because next week we're going to talk about favorite Halloween movies.
Hell yeah. That's going to be fun.
And or TV shows. We'll throw that in there as well.
That too. Oh, you got to include TV shows, man. There's some classics out there, man.
There are some classics. Get all your favorites together. We're going to talk about those next week. It'll be a very short State of the Streams. We're probably going to plan about an hour into State of the Streams next week. And then we're going to play some Phantasmophobia with me and DJ Harmack.
That's right.
Bits for Beers will still be enabled, so you can put some bits in during the show.
Yep, and you can check both channels. Will both be on, so you can see if we're both drinking.
Both channels will be enabled, and you can watch each person's kind of perspective on how the game is played. So check that out. That'll be next week. That is our pre-Halloween Halloween show.
There you go.
Just chatting event. Just chatting.
Yep.
And I think that is just about going to do it, Harmack.
I agree. It's a good show.
Want to earn $1,000? Put your email and password in the chat. Edgar, did you create a fake account just to put that in there?
What does it say?
He literally created a fake account just to put that in there, asking for a username and password. That's a phishing email, sir.
Nice.
Well, you know what? Take that fake account and give us a follow, because that would be great.
Yeah.
Take that fake account. Give me a follow right now. I'll wait. I'm trying to find the oh, here it is. I think I got it. I'm trying to find our exit music.
Oh, we got exit music? All right.
We got exit music. Oh, there he goes.
Thank you.
Just did the follow right now.
Hey man, you better follow my channel too, you bitch.
Alright guys, don't forget to follow the channel if you haven't done that yet, and we will see you guys back here next week for State of the Streams. We have one more Halloween show left here in Slashtober, and then we'll be on to November.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to follow that month, but but I do thank you guys for watching, and we will see you back here next week.
Good night, guys.
Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.